Well, welcome all of you. I'm Paul Tico, the current president of TCS, and thank you all for attending our annual members meeting. It's very cool. Thank you to the board, the committee chairs, Judy, our executive director, for helping putting this meeting together. It's always a bit of a task getting all the pieces together, but we really look forward to talking about TCS, what transpired last year and what we're looking forward to this year. And I'll take it a step further and say that next year we celebrate our 50th anniversary, which is really remarkable. It's been a lot of hard work from a lot of people, strong support from our members and affiliates, and we look forward to that celebration. I'm sure we'll do something special. And in that regard, we look to the future in other ways, such as this year, we created an organizational strategic plan for a 2-year period in which we laid out very specific goals and action items to take. And each committee for TCS has a work plan, which also lays out very detailed action items and how they relate to both the strategic plan and to the budget, which is very important, certainly. So unfortunately, I can't see all of you, but remember, please, that we're here for you. Our organization is always ready to listen. We'd love to hear from you. The website, of course, is thecoalsociety.org. You can contact Judy, our executive director. And with this particular meeting today, we have an annual report, which was also developed by the board. And that was sent out, I believe, and it will be on the website soon. Is that correct? I believe. Hopefully we'll put it on the website soon. Okay. So let me run through the agenda real quick. Next slide, please. Okay, I'm not getting the next slide. Oh, there we go. Thanks. Okay. This is a 1-hour meeting, and I do want to stick to it because we all have other things certainly that we're doing today. So you'll see this adds up to 60 minutes, and we're going to run through a couple of items at the beginning, including some highlights from last year. Then we're going to talk about our committees and our student chapters. Circe and Riley are going to lead a short, sort of a discussion of 2 questions that seem to be paramount to our organization moving forward. So please feel free to participate. And then what everybody looks forward to, of course, is handing out our awards from last year. So many people deserve so many accolades for all their work. And Steve, I want to thank you again for being our slide master today. Appreciate it. Also, after the meeting, if you want to stay on, I will stay on. I don't know if other board members can, but I can stay on. And also, I believe we have the chat feature here. So if you wish to put anything in the chat, a question, a discussion point, maybe something you're interested in, please go ahead and do that. Okay. Okay, next slide, please. Okay. Before we get to these highlights, we have one bit of TCS business. We have a motion that must be put forward to approve our 2023 annual meeting minutes. Of course, this is only for those permitted to vote. And I would like someone, please, to state the motion for that.
I move that, Paul. This is Jeff.
Okay, thank you. A second, please.
I second.
Okay, thank you. Any discussion on this? If not, we'll vote. All in favor of the motion to approve the 2023 annual meeting minutes, say aye.
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 Any opposed, say nay. Hearing none, the motion's passed, so please place the results of the motion into our record. And let's move on to some highlights. I put together a couple slides here just to give you some numbers, and they don't obviously tell the real story, but they at least are a snapshot of some of the activities from last year and as we're going forward. All of these are listed in the annual report, and there's certainly more description, including, for instance, pie charts with different budgetary categories and more descriptions and so on of the various activities. But for right now, you'll see some of the highlights. Our membership number, our closing revenue, and Jeff Benoit, please. Closing revenue is 1231 or?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, thank you. So real closing. New Year's Eve revenue. Money raised through various sponsorships at events, and our annual giving campaign, which was just as successful as in years gone by. It's very nice to see that. There are 5 student chapters, as you'll see, for TCS. Our student chapters are very, very, very important to our mission going forward. And we'll talk about the student chapters a little later on the program today. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, and just some numbers on some of our events and other activities. There were 2 coastal career workshops last year. We had a coastal forum in Wilmington, North Carolina. We're looking forward to at least one more of those this year. Our Coastal Connections webinar sessions, episodes of the All Swell podcast, the subscriptions to Coastal Management Journal, which is an amazingly wonderful benefit to members, and then our job list, which comes out about twice a month, which is really, really helpful. And thank you for all the folks who send in jobs so we can send that on to our members. Okay, next slide, please. Great. Now we're going to talk about some of the committees. Tied in with everything else, last year, as with many similar sized nonprofits, there were some challenges for us going forward, no question about it. The COVID epidemic over the last few years, economic downturns, there's competition from other organizations, but we've really come through here, still pursuing, fulfilling our missions. And a big part of that is the work of the committees, which really get into the nitty-gritty of what we're doing. So the first working group I'll talk about is the DEI. And is Ava on or no? Okay. So Ava told me that she was not able to be on the call today. And I'll just give you some of the talking points for the DEI committee, which of course is diversity, equity, and inclusion. Ava took over as chair. In 2023, the group completed the bias incident report form. This will be going live for members to use. It talks about various situations that people may find themselves in. In early 2024, the first TCS demographic survey was completed. This is a really exciting accomplishment because it really talks about our members and how we can better serve them going forward. The brief summary of that will be available soon. The group is currently looking into Indigenous land acknowledgements to see if they're appropriate to add to some of our in-person events. Amazing, wonderful. And also the group is continuing to work on items in the strategic plan and increasing DEI within our members, our leadership activities, and all of our events. So please look ahead and see what's coming up for TCS and how we can better incorporate these DEI initiatives into everything we do. Okay, thank you. I hope Ava would be happy with that quick summary. All right, we're going to move on to the MAD career workshops. And I assume, Jeff, you're going to be talking about that?
Yes, can you all hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right.
Thanks.
Well, thank you for providing that intro a couple slides ago, Paul. As you noted, there were two MAD Coastal Career Development workshops. One was in January with the Duke University student chapter, and then the second one was in August up in that was virtual, and then we had an in-person one at NOAA offices in Silver Spring, Maryland on August 4th. So those were both well attended, and we've gotten it down to pretty much a pretty straightforward process for that. And we've brought on some great new members to the committee to help out. And we have already, even though it's not sharing last year's report, already this year, we had a very, very successful workshop in March at VIMS in Gloucester, Virginia, attended by 50 folks in person in conjunction with the Atlantic Estuarine Research Society spring meeting. So that was fantastic to already check that one off our work plan. As Paul mentioned before, we're likely to have two more 2.0, running it back with the Canals Sea Grant Fellows up at Silver Spring in August again, and then hopefully in November in partnership with the North Carolina Coastal Conference in New Bern with the North Carolina Sea Grant. So hopefully we'll have 3 to report on. The next item is sort of the forum that Paul touched on. That was attended by 78 folks. It was the first of its kind as we've looked to do something in a medium scale between our biennial conferences in years past and some of the workshops. So this was targeted at both all the above with students, emerging professionals and mid-career professionals. Great audience and a lot of great topics. And you can see our website for the forum webpage to get more information on that. And we also did a great job with expanding membership as a result and targeting some sponsorships to come out of that. So we'd like to, as Paul mentioned, do another one of those, at least one this year. But hats off to all the great folks who helped plan that and attend the event. And then finally, on the development side, most of our work for the development committee itself is really the fundraising arm of TCS was dedicated for about 6 months in getting that forum done. So there was a little bit of work on the soliciting sponsorships, but most of the effort went into the forum planning, again, being a great success, and then going into that work plan that sets us up well and coordinates with other committees in 2024. So we are in the phase right now of seeking out sponsorships to cover TCS multiple aspects of programming, including some of those items you see in the slide here. Thanks, Paul, for your time.
Thank you, Jeff. Wonderful. And big kudos, of course, to you and everyone else working in development across the board to bring these to fruition, help us keep going, spread the word, fulfill our missions to so many people. And we look forward to continuing that, certainly this year. Let's talk about the Coastal Connection series, please.
Yeah, and is that me? Okay,
I
great.
think so.
Well,
Yeah,
I'll advance to the Communications Committee slide. In that the Coastal Connections group is under the auspices of our TCS Communications Committee, but Alexis will give the broader update for that in a moment. But just to touch on the Coastal Connections series, we've been running this since 2020, and it is a virtual webinar series with 2 facets. One is for member-only benefit, professional spotlights that focuses on current members, senior members, and invites them to provide their career path and tips and tricks for navigating for up and coming professionals, and is certainly a way for other TCS members to reconnect. And we also have the trending topic session, which focuses on issues that are current and relevant. And so this past year, we had 2 spotlight sessions, one with Dr. Larry Cahoon from UNCW in April, and also Jill Meyer from Linker Associates, and that was in July, I do believe. And we had 2 trending topic sessions. We focused on the 50th year anniversary of the National Marine Sanctuaries program in February. And we also looked at blue carbon and the ways to mitigate using blue carbon in October 2023. I will make a plug that we do have an upcoming professional spotlight session with Dr. Naomi Dettenbeck with the US EPA on Monday, April 29th at 4 p.m. So please mark your calendar. You should have received a notification of that, and there will be a couple reminders over the next couple of weeks. And there is also a survey that our team has put out for the Coastal Connection series, inviting folks to identify the topics that are of greatest interest to them that they would like to see as part of our trending topic series in the near future, and also a welcome invitation to anyone who would like to join our team in planning one or more of these events. So please keep an eye out for that survey. It should have already gone out at least once, and we'll be following up to see who else we can get your ideas from. With that, I will turn it over to Alexis.
Terrific. Thanks, Steve. Hey.
Awesome. Thanks, Steve. Hi, everyone. I'm Alexis Maxwell. I chair the comps committee, as Steve mentioned. Where I think, I'm biased, but I think we're just a really great group. We meet about every other month or so. And first and foremost, we really exist to amplify the great work that TCS is doing. We have a blog, social media. Steve mentioned all the great coastal connections. And we also manage the website overall as well. We're working on supporting the organization in a more proactive way to strategize on how best to share TCS's work, especially with external folks who might be interested in joining us. We're always looking for help. We offer a really wide range of opportunities for volunteers to learn new or hone existing skills. And I will also take this opportunity to plug our social media. I just put that in the chat. So really, please follow us. Throw us a like, a share. The more we're getting the message out there, the better. And that's my overview, but I put my email on the slide. So if you have ideas for us, how we can amplify this work, if you want to volunteer, if you have questions, if you just want to connect, reach out to me. My email's here. And thank you so much for the time.
Terrific. Thank you. Really great work being done by this committee across the board again. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, TCS has always had a wonderful relationship with our student chapters. They're really the backbone of what we've tried to do with TCS, helping students, younger professionals learn and advance through their careers, through networking programs, mentoring relationships, leadership positions with TCS. Many have come from the chapters, and I really believe we're privileged to serve this role for people. And let's talk about the highlights of some of the student chapters. And who would like to begin, please?
It's me, I guess. Hello, everyone.
Okay, Kira. Thank you, Kira.
Yes.
I know you were late and you got on, but thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I had issues joining. I'm
Yeah.
very sorry, but
No worries.
I didn't miss all of it. So thanks, everyone. I guess Andrew joined too, so I'm gonna give him the floor because that's kind of the chapter that he is in charge of. Andrew,
Sure.
would you talk
Yeah,
about
I'm
Rhode
good.
Island?
Sure. Basically, the URI chapter is blowing and going. They're doing all kinds of things. They're doing fundraising. They're selling bling, t-shirts, hats, all kinds of things, and they're really interacting with the lower, that is the underclassmen as well, not just the graduate school. And they have basically added on their programs to existing presentations. They had one on the Taylor oil spill down in Louisiana, and they had the people who were involved in trying to address that spill. And they added a panel after that particular program on their own. So they're a classic example of how to conduct things. I met with their faculty advisor, Jesse Reiblick, at URI. When I was up there, I got snowed out and attempted meeting with President Noah Hallisey, who runs the the student organization, their chapter. And so I didn't get a chance to meet with him, but I had previously provided a report from a telephone conference I had with him. And so I'd say that we need to probably use the URI model for the new chapters. So I guess we go to the next slide. That's Kira. No, that's me too, the Wilmington. So we've been in touch with them. They had basically reestablished after last year, and they're getting a lot of help from the faculty advisors. And in addition, they had trouble this semester. They got kind of started in the middle of the semester, but they hope to be more proactive in the fall, is what their latest report was. Next slide. That's Kara.
Yeah, this is me. Yeah, ECU, I'm at ECU. As you can see, I put in a picture where I'm on. We had a very busy year in terms of we committed to a lot of things and then realized that we kind of a little bit overcommitted because there is a little bit of an issue with membership that we are running into right now. However, we were still able to conduct a couple of cleanups, and we have these monthly social outings that we call Spirit Nights, and that's how the chapter at ECU is kind of fundraising currently. It's essentially we partner with a local business like a restaurant, and they're giving us a percentage of whatever people are bringing in, which is pretty great. However, yes, there's a problem with succession of the leadership board. We don't really have anyone who wants to take over our officer positions, and so we had issues kind of there with getting new people excited about being a
Oh, I'm
that we
afraid
can.
sorry, you
Sorry.
froze there for a minute, Karen. Sorry.
Oh,
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
Please.
Oh no. I'm
You're
at
good.
the university, so that's weird. Is it
It was
better
just a
now?
few seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just a few.
Sorry. Thank you. Yeah, so if there's any ideas about how national TCS could help the chapters also with acquiring membership and connecting people. I mean, Andy and I have ideas, but there's also input or would be very helpful from everyone else at TCS. Next slide, please. Then we have two chapters that have gone dormant. One is Duke and one is Eckerd. At Duke, the problem is that we were working with, or TCS was essentially, as of lately, carried by the master's program they have at the Nichols School of Environment, which was a little bit kind of challenging to get people involved with TCS because they're only really involved in the schoolwork for 1 year, and then they're doing some applied stuff, and which kind of draws them into different directions. So we were talking about kind of often online about kind of reestablishing the Duke chapter, because there's a bunch of Duke alums at TCS currently that can help with connecting us again with, for example, the Marine Lab or the faculty advisor that has kind of become a little bit unresponsive. So we're working on that. And then Eckerd, we all have reached out to the faculty advisors, and there's not really any connection there anymore. So if there's any alums that could help establish that connection again, because we had an existing chapter there, please reach out to Andrew or me. Next slide, please. Sorry, can you advance the slide?
Yeah, sorry, appearance, I froze that time.
Oh, thank you. So we have, Andrew and I have talked about kind of, or we also kind of with the bigger TCS, the development group have thought about getting into establishing chapters as like regional clusters, so that like these clusters, that the chapters could also connect within between each other and exchange like lessons learned, but then also like all kinds of other like collaborate on events and so on and so forth if it's regionally close, because like nobody's going to travel from North Carolina to Louisiana just for one workshop or something. So we are working on kind of having an Eastern US cluster. I've reached out to Western Carolina and Elizabeth State University, and Andrew has been in touch with Retro Williams because they are in Rhode Island, which could be kind of a partner chapter of URI. And then Andrew, you can maybe talk about the Gulf region because that's your cluster.
Right. I'm hoping to put together a program in early May if I can with Roger Williams and URI. So I'm in touch with them on that. And I have a contact of two faculty advisors that are interested in one student at Roger Williams. So I'm hoping that will pan out. At UNO, I have the same thing. I have a student leader and also a faculty advisor set up. He was an expert I used in some coastal litigation, and they think that they'll be able to start a chapter in the fall. And then Loyola is moving along in the same direction. I have both a student who's a second-year student at the law school. Most of the efforts, it seems that I'm getting a lot more response from the law schools because there's such strong coastal law programs here in New Orleans for obvious reasons. And I'm hoping to get a program going at Nichols State, which is down in Thibodeau. Mark Davis, who used to be, I guess, one of the important figures with the Coastal Society in the early days, is now, he just stepped down from running the Tulane Water Institute. So he's helping me trying to establish a Tulane chapter. So I hope to see him tomorrow and doing a speech on oyster lease litigation, and he should be there. So it's all looking good for a Gulf program. Next slide. I think that's it.
No, actually,
Oh.
there's one more thing. It's only kind of Andrew and I, they're doing the chapters committee. So if you have any connections that like to any of you, like your alma mater or like any place where you think, oh, like TCS would really be bringing some additional benefits to that college or university, where there is like a bunch of coastal professionals or students in training, you would like, we would be really happy if you could like reach out to us and like, or point us into directions, like even if you don't have connections yet, like, but you see like that there's a lot of potential at this university because they don't have a group like TCS involved there. That's kind of what we've been focusing on, like finding places, colleges that have not really had an organization that kind of connects students with professionals. And so I feel that's where TCS can really bring a lot of additional benefit and have people involved. Or if you don't have any ideas, but you want to support us in like connecting with the current active chapters and like help those chapters along, because like some of them are doing really well, but some of them are like a little bit struggling a little bit. So if you have some like a little bit of time left to help Andrew and I and doing this really important work, because it's the pipeline into TCS in the future, please reach out. We appreciate you.
Well, thank you both. Andrew and Carrie are an amazingly great team. And boy, the heart and soul of our organization are these students. And it's quite challenging, not only to keep the active ones going and to raise the status of the dormant ones, but to create new ones. That's quite a bit of work. And we all thank you for that. That's wonderful. Yes, I'll second the call. If anyone knows anyone, has any connection to a college, university, that would like to start a chapter, please reach out to Andrew and or Kira. Okay, thank you again, both. Wonderful. We're now going to move into a special little section called the Roundtable. Very pleased that Circe and Riley have agreed to moderate this session. Before I get into the questions, Judy, we contacted earlier today. Is there a way to get everyone's face on the screen? Yes, there is. Okay. Well, so the first question, and this is open to everyone, doesn't necessarily have to just be someone who's not part of the leadership team for the organization. What is the biggest benefit of being a member of TCS? And who's taking this one? Is it Circe?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. I'm not putting you on the spot, Em. I didn't know whether you and Riley had decided which question you wanted to monitor.
We're both so flexible. We were just gonna roll with
Excellent.
it. So all good.
Thank you,
Um,
Circe.
No, thank you. Yeah, I can kickstart us off, I think.
Please.
Anyone who knows me well has heard me say multiple times that I feel like effective resource management really happens. It begins with community. We often call them end users, right? But I like to think of community as beginning users and not just in community, but through multiple ways of knowing. And so this is where my favorite buzzword transdisciplinary comes in. And I really see one of the biggest benefits of being with the Coastal Society, the opportunity to work in concert with people from different backgrounds, multi-sectoral kind of operations, and along these lines of transdisciplinary approaches. So I open it up to others to provide their thoughts on the biggest benefits, and we can use the chat function, or feel free to take yourself off mute. I think we're open to any and all communications.
And don't be shy, right, Circe?
I can jump in. Can you hear me?
Yeah, thanks,
Yes.
Jillian. Mhm.
Hey, yeah, I'm Jillian. I use they and them pronouns, and I'm actually the treasurer for the student chapter here at East Carolina University. And I am a member of the national organization as well. And so I see one of the biggest benefits of TCS being this great nexus of practitioners and academics and folks that I look up to as a student in a coastal program, and especially in our PhD program here at ECU, everyone has such different research interests and topics. I know my colleagues, also students at ECU on here, all four of us do such different things, and TCS feels like that place where we can all come together and share in an identity of being coastal researchers. So I'm just really glad to be a part of that. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Wonderful.
Other benefits. And feel free to add your thoughts in the chat as well. There's got to be some benefit, or else you all wouldn't be here, right?
Well, I can step back to, I don't know, about 50, 80 years ago when I first started. And for me, as a student, it was just the networking opportunities to meet people, people far up the ladder, and learn from them, whether it was at a conference or a phone call or a meeting somewhere else. That was great to have that connection with someone else.
Thanks, Paul. And I see Lisa's hand.
Thank you. Seriously, I want to echo what you said, because what you said about community really hit home for me, is that TCS has been a community for me for a really long time. And that means a lot of different things. I've learned so many from our members, so many from, people that were on committees and on the board. And it was something that TCS has always been there for me as a professional and as a person. And I feel like I've grown so much more, thanks to all of the connections that I've made through this organization.
Thanks, Lisa. I think we'll take Ashley and Kira before we go to the next question.
Yeah, thanks, Circe. And Lisa, I think what I was going to say actually builds very nicely on what you were saying too. I think I became involved in TCS when I was at a student chapter at Duke, and now being several years out of school, TCS has just helped me really at every stage of my professional journey, from becoming part of that community in grad school and having opportunities to really develop different skill sets that have benefited me in the in growing my coastal profession. And I would just say, like, having opportunities to serve on the committees and as a former member of the board of directors too have really challenged me and helped me grow in terms of my collaboration, public speaking, and leadership skills. So very grateful to be a part of the community.
Thanks, Ashley and Kira.
Yeah, I have learned a lot, like in those kind of, I think 4 or 5 years, I don't even know anymore, that I have been part at first as like a student member and then leader of a student chapter, and then also kind of involved with the chapters and kind of the leadership of the national organization. Also, Genevieve and I have been able to host a podcast through TCS, which, like, I didn't even know that I would once be a podcast host. Was a really cool experience too. And so, like, I've had all these experiences that I would not have had without this organization. So that's kind of also why, like, I'm really involved, and I wanna continue to be involved and bring this to other people, because not every one of us has like the connections to start out with, like not everyone has the ability or the money to get into these spaces. And so organizations like this one is a way of like for people like me, to get access to people that are way higher up the ladder and are able to connect me with some other, job offers, places that I usually would not get to. So that's kind of what TCS means to me.
I heard access, connection, opportunity, support. So all great things, and I encourage people to continue to stew on that and add their thoughts in the chat as we move to the next question. Thank you all for your input.
Thank you, Circe. Riley, would you like to move into the next question, please?
Absolutely. I don't know if you want to show the slide, you can, or I can just there it is. All right, so the next question is kind of bouncing off of that, and Kira started kind of going into that, but what motivates you to continue being a member of TCS? I can go ahead and start. Joining this organization relatively recently has really opened my eyes to what the organization kind of used to be. And I really like the idea of where we're going and being able to expand on the organization and build it to be what we need it to be. That really ties into the collaboration with all the different members that we have and the slew of different coastal environments that we work in. And so this is a really great opportunity for us to pull in all of our resources and work together to create and continue to build this organization how we want to see it. There's also plenty of personal benefits that come from being a part of such a great organization and being able to build my own career going forward. But I'm going to give us about 4 minutes to talk about this. So whoever wants to speak can, or I can call on people who raise their hands.
I can say something real quick. What motivates me to keep going is after going and helping Jeff put on an amazing MAD workshop in Circe, was seeing the students that came and kind of bonded together that day. and collaborating with multiple organizations to put that on. It was really awesome to see some of the younger students, even undergraduates, and just getting to see how they're coming up in the field, what interests them. And so I think there's a lot of hope out there. Kind of also what Jillian touched on is, since there are so many different issues in the coastal sphere right now, and we're all this is a way to really come together and see where we have overlap on those issues, which I think is really important if we're actually going to get tangible results in trying to, better the environment and better, communities and everything in the coastal space.
Thank you, Genevieve. Anything else? What keeps you around? What are you excited about this year? Yes, Lisa.
Hello. And I wanted to answer this question because I think it just dovetailed from what I said before is giving back to an organization that has done so much for me. And I'm also really inspired by everything that you're all doing. I recently rejoined the board almost a year ago, and I'm really I'm inspired and excited by all of the work that everyone is doing, from the chapters to all of the, the podcast forums, the Coastal Connection series. It's like this diversity of types of events and types of ways that we're trying to connect with our broader professional community, and seeing how TCS is moving with the times, and seeing all of you young people that are doing so many wonderful things. And it's very clear you have passion. You instill, for us who are a little bit older, have us continue to have some passion. So that's why I continue to want to be involved in this organization.
Thank you, Lisa. All right, we got time for one more. There it is. Stephen, you can go ahead and go.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on a lot of what several folks have already mentioned, and that is the diversity of topics and subject matter that we cover, and why I would like to help maintain this society, because it does offer that venue for multiple topics, multiple professions, in a way that I haven't seen in any other profession. Most are very focused on a particular aspect. Granted, there are a lot of efforts in given organizations to branch out. Coastal Society already offers the umbrella that captures so many diverse interests, everything that relates to the coast. Certainly, we have the focus on the policy, the planning, some of the science, the legality. There's maybe a smattering of engineering. Perhaps that's something we can bring more in to, but understanding the interests of everyone that lives along or otherwise appreciates the coast, both the onshore and the offshore aspects.
Fantastic, Stephen. Thank you so much. So yeah, I think I'm hearing that because we have such a diverse group of people with their careers, with the environments that they work in, that this is such a great opportunity to utilize that and use that going forward to create the organization that we all want to see. So thank you so much.
Very good. Thanks to both of you for leading the roundtable. Really good ideas and thoughts coming out. So we're now going to move into a very special part of the agenda, and those are the TCS Awards. Now, if you're not familiar, the organization gives out awards each year. There are many, many worthy individuals from within and outside TCS. Just want to congratulate everyone who was nominated and those who are voted as awardees. Two of the awards are voted upon by three of the awards are voted upon, but two of the awards are for TCS folks. One of the award, the Outstanding Service Award, is given to anyone in the field of coastal and ocean management. And we've had quite a wonderful list of winners in the past. And then the final award is the President's Award. And The president of the organization is allowed to give an award who he or she feels deserves extra recognition. And I've been very, very honored to do that this year. So let's start. And Judy, I'm passing it on to you.
Thank you, Paul. The TCS Awards are given to honor a number of people who've done these important services to both the profession and to Coastal Society. Let's start with the Outstanding Service Award. The Outstanding Service Award is given to an individual for their outstanding accomplishments related to the purposes of the Coastal Society. Nominations consider an individual's accomplishments in their career and volunteer activities beyond just their involvement with the Coastal Society and potentially over the course of many years. This individual has been engaged with the Coastal Society since first joining TCS in 1996. Throughout a 42-year career devoted to coastal and marine conservation, he has served at high leadership levels in state, federal, and nonprofit entities. He served as the Coastal Society president-elect in 2007, president 2009, and past president in 2011. He was actively involved in planning multiple TCS biennial conferences, including two he helped coordinate between the Coastal Society and Restore America's Estuaries in 2012 and 2014, when he served as RAI's president and CEO. In early 2023, he was one of the first to respond to a call for support from past TCS presidents to develop a strategy for maintaining the viability and relevancy of TCS. He accepted the appointment as TCS treasurer shortly thereafter. Although retired now from his prior coastal professions and currently managing a personal business, he continues to leverage his network of TCS contacts and connections within the broader coastal community to seek funding for TCS and to identify opportunities for partnerships. The 2024 Outstanding Service Award is presented to Jeff Benoit. Jeff, would you care to say anything?
Oh, I'm totally surprised and honored to receive this. And you know, the Coastal Society for me throughout my entire career has been you know, something that's had an impact all along the way. Meeting the people, discussing the issues, and coming back to the organization now is just you know, it's been a real pleasure to be part of it once again. Thank you all. I really appreciate this.
Congratulations, Jeff.
Congratulations, Jeff. And just as a personal, thank you so much for being such a steadying and wonderful soundboard for me over the last few months. It's always been great to talk to you, and you have amazingly great advice to move forward. And we really appreciate all your efforts.
Well, let's go on to the Distinguished Service Award. This award is given to a society member for their sincere dedication to TCS. The award is intended to recognize an individual's service and considers aspects such as the length of their commitment, the diversity of contributions, their leadership, and their influence on the success of Coastal Society programs. This individual attended or presented at TCS conferences or events since 2006. This person served as an active TCS board member, as well as the leadership role of co-chair of both the Margaret A. Davidson MAD Coastal Development Career Development Program Committee and the TCS Development Committee. His leadership helped TCS navigate the COVID-19 pandemic, helped hundreds of students and young professionals learn about their career choices during that difficult time, and solidified the MAD Career Workshop as a cornerstone program of the Coastal Society. He led the planning team for the North Carolina regional event last November, bringing TCS back to issues-focused meetings in person. This person has shown his leadership, dedication, and commitment to TCS time and time again, as well as in his career as a senior coastal planner with the Virginia Coastal Management Program. The 2024 Distinguished Service Award is presented to Jeff Flood. Jeff, would you like to say anything? Congratulations.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. It has been a lot of work, but I really had such a great team of folks supporting all that effort. Just really can't thank everyone enough on both committees and the forum team. And then got to thank Tom Bigford for being a mentor, being kind of at that 2006 conference when I was a senior in high school, and helping me do a career survey. I should have mentioned that earlier, and the benefits of TCS membership. I was able to kind of get my career off on the right foot and figure out the steps to get where I am now with Tom's help, and then later as a co-chair with those two committees. So hats off to Tom for leading me, and then for folks that I'm able to bring along as well.
Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations. Thanks, Jeff. I've said this to you before, but particularly in these times, the development and helping us continue on has been paramount, and your efforts are very, very well graciously appreciated, and I know you're going to continue. So thank you very much.
Our Robert W. Connect Award is the next one. This is for professional promise, and it's presented to an early career individual who's expected to continue contributing to coastal and ocean management and potentially serve as a leader in the field. Mr. Connect served as the first coastal management administrator of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. He retired from the faculty of the University of Delaware. This person demonstrated professional promise by reestablishing the UNC Wilmington student chapter of TCS and serving as president while pursuing a master's in coastal and ocean policy, along with a role as vice president of that program's Graduate Student Association. After graduating, this person served as the Coastal Resiliency Ambassador throughout AmeriCorps in Wilmington, North Carolina, where she engaged the community in citizen science research and educational programming regarding coastal marsh and oyster health. As the White Oak Waterkeeper for Coastal Carolina River Watch, she is leading several initiatives to protect and enhance the waters, land, and communities of Eastern North Carolina. Her ongoing pursuit of addressing multiple coastal issues through field research and community outreach emulates the spirit of Robert W. Connect. The 2024 Robert W. Connect Award for Professional Promise is given to Riley Lewis. Congratulations, Riley. Would you like to say anything?
I just want to say thank you so much. I did not expect this. I really love the work that I do within the coastal world and the potential with this organization. And I'm just very honored to be a part of this board now. And I really look forward to proving myself and living up to this award. Thank you all.
Thank you, Riley. You've already lived up to it, and we look forward to working with you for a long, long time to come and seeing where you go. Thanks. Okay, well, should I go ahead, Judy, then? Is that all right? Okay. Okay. So as I mentioned earlier, the president of TCS is given an honor to give out an award to individuals who he or she believes has risen above and really made a extraordinary mark on the organization, on its work, its mission, and so on. And this year I decided to give two of them, which is not unprecedented. It's been done before. And I'm just going to read what I wrote on the award itself, because I don't have a bio that was similar to the ones that were sent in for the other awards. But what I wrote here is, for her exemplary leadership in developing and supporting several vital operations of the Coastal Society with pronounced creativity and efficiency. So the first President's Award for this year goes to Emily Vuxton, who is not on the phone, unfortunately. So we cannot hear from her, but I think we can all agree that Emily just plays so many roles for us. She moves right in, takes care of things, does it very well, moves us along, is very efficient as it comes through. And I don't think TCS would work anywhere near as effortlessly without Emily's wonderful effort. So we will, of course, send this to her and congratulate her in another way the next time we talk. The second President's Award I would like to give for her numerous outstanding efforts and notable achievements in communicating both the TCS mission and critical coastal issues to a broad range of audiences nationwide. The second President's Award this year goes to Alexis Maxwell. Alexis, congratulations, and please give us your comments if you'd like.
Oh my goodness, I am also very shocked. Thank you so much. I'm so appreciative, and I think I see some of my teammates on the comms committee on the call. My committee is so creative and amazing. So this is a shared award for the whole committee. Thank you so much, and we look forward to continuing to spread the great work of TCS.
Thank you, Alexis. There's no greater role than communicating what we do, and the variety of ways that you and your team have been able to use for us have really been wonderful, and look forward to helping you. And remember, we can all help on these committees. And Alexis, thank you again for everything. Really terrific. Okay, before we move on to just a conclusion of the meeting, does anyone have any questions or ideas, thoughts? We're very happy to take them now in the chat. I will stay on the phone later, whatever you'd like, please. Oh, I hear something, but no, Jeff, I see your hand up.
Yeah, Paul, I just want to say a special thank you to you for stepping into a very difficult role over the past 6 or 8 months. And also to Judy, to thank you for everything you've done and continue to do and have always done for the Coastal Society. Between the two of you, we could never get this done.
Well, you're very kind, but I really think it's Judy. But I appreciate it. Thanks. It's really everybody. This is a team, and it's a wonderful team. Anybody else have any thoughts now? I'll continue. Okay. Well, I just want to thank everyone again. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, Lisa. I see your hand
Oh,
down.
no, I just wanted to echo what Jeff said. Thank you so much, Paul and Judy, for everything that you do, and especially to you, Paul, for stepping in to be president again. So, you know, for those who don't know, Paul was president before. So, yeah, none of us could do this without the constant support of the both of you. And I know I said this in the chat. I just want to say congratulations again to all the award winners. You're all amazing and inspiring. So I'm excited for you.
Hey, Lisa, does that mean, this is Rick DeVoe, does that mean that Paul can give himself an award?
I don't know. That's an idea.
Paul has a little single malt scotch at home.
Give Paul an idea here.
Just
so
a
it can
little.
be mischievous.
Thank you, Lisa. Really, it's a team effort. Everybody has just been so great and putting so much effort into this. And I mean, we're volunteers here too. We all have other things to do. So it's pretty remarkable. Anyway, thank you again for everyone. I think the future of TCS is very bright. I think we have dedicated leaders and members. I hope that we'll have a wonderful rest of this year, and then next year, our 50th anniversary. Please, if you have not done so, go to the website, look at these various documents, look at the calendar of events. I believe Steve mentioned the next Coastal Connections session is Monday, April 24th. Dr. Nellie Dettenbeck from US EPA will talk about
29th.
29th? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was 24th. Excuse me. Okay, 29th. She's going to talk about her journey and career through EPA. Hope everyone enjoyed the meeting, and enjoy a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon.